Oh man, I think you guys are really gonna like this week's mod. Today, we're going to be checking out another Commonwealth weaponry release, which of course means a release by myself, Pig, Alex, Mac, sometimes Shiager, whoever else decides to be helping us on mods nowadays. And the release this week is known as the Plasma Defender, a weapon that you probably know very, very well. The Plasma Defender is an iconic weapon that has appeared in a couple of different styles in the past games. Most notably, people remember it from Fallout New Vegas as the nice, big, boxy plasma pistol. But in the past games, it has a bit of a different design. Still a plasma pistol. Not even sure if it's technically a Plasma Defender, but it is a Glock plasma pistol, so I think a lot of people attribute it to being relatively the same weapon platform. Whether or not that's true, I'm not an expert in the past Fallout games, so hard to say. Now then, this is going to be more based on the New Vegas design, and it's going to have some features that I don't believe any Plasma Defender mods have had to date. There have been a few Plasma Defender mods to come out for Fallout 4, and funny enough, this one has been in production for a very, very long time. I think well over 2 months, possibly 3. And during that time, Mikolov started and finished his own Plasma Defender mod using Nif bashed assets, making a pretty cool rendition. And sadly for us, he ended up making some things that are pretty similar to what we made, and also one of the more notable things that we thought would make our Defender stand out, he also did. So if you played with that and you enjoyed it, I'm hoping that you guys enjoy ours as well. It'll obviously be up to you to decide which Plasma Defender mod is best for you, but I at least want to show you everything ours has to offer, and then you can decide from there. Now, it's going to be a relatively accurate recreation of the classic Plasma Defender, but of course, knowing us, we have a bunch of cool modifications that allow you to change this thing into something completely different, including a handful of new barrels, grips, and scopes, but also the ability to convert this weapon into a rifle. And I'm unsure if it's playing now in the video or not, but we also have custom animations. I do believe this is the first Plasma Defender mod, at least a first complete one, to have custom animations that recreate the animations from Fallout New Vegas. And those animations are used quite a few times in Fallout New Vegas, which means we can actually do some other cool weapons with this set as well, and even some maybe brand new stuff that you've never seen before thanks to the rifle animations included in this set. I think it's going to be a wonderful resource for people to use to make some really, really cool energy weapons. Now, there are two versions of this mod. You have the intended version, which is going to require munitions and use small energy cells, just like it did in Fallout New Vegas. However, there is a vanilla version that will use microfusion cells instead. I know there's a handful of people out there that are mad we didn't use plasma cells. I would say be happy there's even a vanilla version, but since we're swapping out something for energy cells, it's going to be microfusion cells. That's the decision Pig made, and quite frankly, I agree with him completely. So, like I said, there are two versions. You can have whichever one suits your load order best, and this is going to give you a highly customizable, wonderful energy weapon for the, I would say, mid to late game. The trade-off for it using small energy cells, at least in its intended use, is a little bit lower damage than the plasma rifle in the base game, or plasma pistol, since it's both. And I guess ours is both too. Anyways, it has a little bit less damage, however, it has some really cool upgrades that allow you to bump it up pretty high, to the point where when I was doing sneak attacks, I did some pretty crazy damage on some enemies. I'd say it was very, very effective. Sometimes our guns are focused on the early game, sometimes the late. This one seems to be pretty well-rounded all over the place. Whether you pick it up early on in its pistol configuration with lower tier stats and attachments, you'll be able to upgrade this thing, and I think it'll follow you through a playthrough pretty dang well, especially if you're an energy weapon toting character. Now, of course, there is also a unique in this mod, and it's a pretty dang cool unique. It's one that will actually take some more time, so I should hurry up because I forgot how much I need to show off for the unique. It's actually pretty dang in-depth. And of course, there's also leveled list integration, which means you will be able to find this weapon out on the world on enemies, and that'll be around level 22. It'll be found on Brotherhood of Steel, Gunners, and purchasable from vendors. Let's go ahead and hop in game and speed through the boring stuff so we can get to one of the coolest things we've ever done for a mod ever. I think you guys are going to like this. So, as usual, let's go ahead and start off with the stats for this weapon. The most basic configuration of this thing, or at least pretty close to it. I did change out the grip to make it more iconic and using the original design from New Vegas. This thing has a base damage of about 22 ballistic and 22 energy because it is plasma. Uses small energy cells or microfusion if you're using the vanilla version. Has a fire rate of 40 and semi-automatic, a range of 179, an accuracy of 145, a weight of 2.6 pounds, no magazines or bullets, so that makes it pretty lightweight, and a value of 119 caps. And I gotta say, this thing came out pretty dang cool. A problem in my eyes with a lot of plasma defenders is they end up being too big in Fallout 4 because the animations they have to utilize require it to be huge, because most oftentimes people opt for the original plasma pistol animations. But because we have our own custom animations, we were able to be a bit more accurate to the original design, and I have to say, this thing is pretty dang cool. Now next, I really want to show off the animations, but before I begin, I do want to say, I apologize if you hear any strange noises in the background of this video. I'm not sick this time around, but I do have a new kitten. I've had them for, I don't know, maybe a month now? And they are a little bit rowdy. They are excited and happy and playful and making lots and lots of noises, whether it's playing with toys or screaming for attention while I need to work. So either way, I apologize if there are any noises in the background of the video, or maybe you enjoy them. Or maybe they're not even getting picked up by my microphone. I really can't tell until I edit this, so I'm putting it in regardless. Either way, let's talk animations, because this thing's super, super cool. Starting off, let's fire. You know what? I'm going to leave that sneeze in just because I think it'll upset somebody I know. Anyways, let's go ahead and fire this thing and start off with that. So as you can see, when you fire this weapon, it actually flashes the lights on the back there. Don't really remember if that was in New Vegas, but I believe that it was, and we've added it to this one, and it looks really, really cool. And as for the reload, it reloads exactly where it should be with a small energy cell located at the top of the weapon. But that's not all. We also have a rifle version of this thing. And it has a custom reload as well, which is honestly super, super cool. I love Mac so much. He's probably the best thing that's ever happened to this planet, and I am grateful that we get to work with him so much. This is truly a wonderful animation set, and it makes this weapon so, so much better than it ever would have been without it. Now, for the unique this time, we've done something a bit special. Right off the bat, you might notice this is an Enclave unique, and this might be our first Enclave gun ever, I think. I don't believe we've done one before, and typically I don't try to use them because they don't really have a presence in Fallout 4, at least not before the Creation Club add-on. And so the idea of using Enclave uniques I wanted to do very sparingly, whereas I see other modders do them quite often. This time though, we think it makes a little bit of sense, so this is our first ever Enclave unique, but that's not all. We made a gun that talks. This gun will talk to you while you use it. If you're a fan of something like Borderlands or Cyberpunk, then that might not be a too far away concept. That actually might make a little bit of sense. There are some uniques in those games that do talk. And there actually is something similar in Fallout. We do have these Cyberdog guns, which do talk, kinda. They bark and whimper. This is similar, except instead of a giant dog brain, it's just that there's an AI in the gun, like a robot of some kind. So this is pretty different. It's known as the Patriot, and it also does more damage to super mutants and ghouls, and apparently it does purely through inspiration, through all of the wonderful voice lines that this gun has. I think the best way to talk about that is actually just to show it off, because...
Kill them all, and let God sort them out!
Yeah. And he talks in many scenarios, whether it's on equip like that, or starting combat,
Eat fist, you commie bastard!
or even reloading your weapon.
Another glorious day in the U.S. Army.
And of course, if you unequip the weapon as well.
False alarm. Stand down, people.
So, yeah, he's going to talk quite a lot. So if you don't enjoy that, too bad. He's going to talk a lot. I guess you don't use the unique if you don't like the talking gun.
Somebody find me something
but he's pretty funny. So, yeah, we reutilized some Mr. Gutsy voice lines, which were perfect for an Enclave-themed weapon. We figured out this tech sometime during development and thought we just had to add it to this, so yeah. You also get a cool black and yellow paint job. Not sure why we didn't go with red, but I didn't do the textures on this one, so that's what it is. Let's go ahead and talk about how you get this thing, because it's actually a little bit more involved than our typical unique. So when it comes to getting the unique this time around, we have a whole new area for you to go explore down here at the most bottom portion of the map, as far left as you can go before you hit the glowing sea. So right here along this river, it's just underneath Somerville Place as a sort of marker. So once you head that way, you will come across a brand new bunker that definitely wasn't there before. So let's go ahead and check that out. I should have started a little bit closer, so now I have this dead air to fill, where we can talk about our feelings or whatever. Anyways, here we are at the door. Okay, there's mines. Okay, so truth be told, the last time we included any locations, I made them. This time Pig made it, and I have not really seen it yet. I kind of wanted to not spoil myself and enjoy it firsthand. Problem is I forgot to do that prior to showing you guys, so
Somebody find me something to shoot at!
yeah. I guess there's an expert lock on this thing. And apparently my character's not leveled for that. So for the purposes of this showcase, we're just going to go ahead and unlock that. And there was turrets there. Would you look at that? So yeah, a nice little pre-war bunker that appears hasn't been broken into yet. I'm going to choose a non-talking gun for the purposes of this because he is quite loud.
False alarm! Stand down, people!
Let's go ahead and head down this elevator. So like I said, most of this is blind. I've seen it work in progress. I've seen little pictures and clips shown to me when Pig was asking how he's done. But we get to experience this live, which we haven't done a live commentary in quite some time. So this will be fun. It's a long elevator. Good music, though. Okay. It's dark. Oh, there's a quest. Look at that. Completed. Investigate the bunker. Didn't know that there was a quest for that. Very cool. Novice door? We can unlock that. Pig's probably yelling at me for going the wrong way right now, but I don't know that, so oh well. I can tell you from the previews, this is not the way he intends you to go. I think it just has a shortcut on account of the lockpick. Oh, hey, a door we can't get into. Look at that. Neat. Lots of robots here.
No way I could pick this.
Don't have the skill for that. I think that area is just more loot, from what I remember. I could be incredibly wrong. I have, truthfully, no idea.
Lock's really strong.
Maybe you do go this way. ID card reader. Apparently I had the ID card. Well, that's fun. Oh, jeez. I died. I can't believe it. Okay, we're gonna have to cut there. Okay, round two with a better light. This is where we pop out at. You open the door and wow, there's a bathroom stall there. I don't think that's supposed to be here. Okay. Not the way we want to go. Can't go that way, so we go this way. And once we're down here, we have the room with the place that we can't go to. We've got some nasty turrets that we don't like. Can't open that because it's locked. Wait, is that the only door? Oh, that was the only way to go. Huh. Looks like I was going the right way. Thanks, Todd. Alright. Back to where we were. And we killed the things. Turn off the light for the moody lighting. There's a whole bunch of robots in here. Kill all those guys, because they stink. And killed him. This is the intended path. Okay. So that guy's actually supposed to be a, what do you call it? Sentry bot. But because I have this mod installed, they sometimes spawn where sentry bots spawn. We're not actually using these assets. You'll typically see a sentry bot here unless you also have these installed. So in that case, it could be either. Kind of neat, I guess. Either way, here is a nice key card. We can use that key card to open some new doors. Like this one, which I believe just loops us back up around to here. Which we can then use to look at stuff. Then we go back here. There's the keycard reader. And this is the main vault where you have access to loot. Look at all this wonderful loot. But no unique yet. Not yet. Instead, you need to figure out what's behind this clearly hidden doorway with a big glowing red light. We do have one glowing here, and hey, look, a button. And that made two pop up. Well, hey, look, another button. Okay. And there should be one more. And would you look at that? Access to our wonderful new unique. And I have to say, that's one of the coolest ways we have to obtain a unique that we've done so far. I hope that we can do more stuff like this in the future because, quite frankly, I think it makes the mod so much cooler. A whole new dungeon to go through where you can find a really cool hidden unique with a really awesome setup little place. This is really, really cool. Big did a great job with this, and I can't wait to see more of stuff like this, if he feels like it, because that's really how it works. Now then, that section of the video was quite long, and this is already becoming a longer video than normal because, you know, I wanted to show off the cool bunker. Me dying didn't help the time either, but I'm going to still show off the attachments because this time around they're actually so cool and unique that they're really worth showing off. So, as you can see, there are quite a few configs you can do from the very crazy and different versions of the Plasma Defender up to something that you could pretty much obtain in New Vegas with the very limited attachments available in that game as well. So we have remade everything that we could and added tons of new stuff as well. When it comes to capacitors, that stuff is really all the same. We don't need to talk about that, but for barrels, we have a pistol barrel. We have a pistol double barrel, which shoots 2 projectiles. We have a quad barrel as well, which will shoot 4 projectiles. Then we have a carbine barrel, which does extend the length a bit, but has 1 projectile. This is going to be usable in pistol or rifle format, whichever you prefer. You can still use rifle barrels as well in the pistol animations, but it starts to look a little wonky when they get long enough. We also have a carbine double barrel, which is probably, I think, everybody's favorite attachment when it comes to the team that worked on this. This one came out really, really cool. Alex did a top-notch job designing this one. I think it's his best work in terms of what he added to this weapon. Then we have a shielded version of the pistol barrel, which is like the one from New Vegas. We also have a shielded double barrel and shielded quad barrel, and shielded versions of the carbine barrels as well, which is pretty neat. But there is more than that. We also have the carbine quad barrel. This does not get a shielded option because it would not fit, but it looks really, really cool, so that's neat. It is not automatic. This is actually just sort of a shotgun barrel. A really, really unique looking shotgun barrel. We also have a precision barrel, which kind of harkens back to the design of the classic plasma rifle. We also have the Trident barrel, which is more like that of the Plasma Caster, and this was a requirement for us. We really, really wanted this available as an attachment. Now, for grips, we have the option for the standard grip, which is not the grip I'm using. That's actually an upgraded grip. I've talked about this philosophy before, but we like the classic, cool retro attachments to actually part of the upgrade structure. That way you get to use the one that you like, the cool retro one, the one that people want to use to recreate the weapon, but still have better stats than the standard grip. So the new standard grip is actually half wood and half metal. It looks pretty dang cool. We also have a full wood grip for the heavy grip, a light grip made of plastic. The comfort grip will be the classic version from New Vegas. We also have a standard stock, which will take that grip and add a stock to it. We have a heavy stock made of wood that looks really, really cool. We have a light stock made of plastic, and as you can see, it could even theoretically fold, sort of based off of the H&K style stocks, but not one-to-one. We also have an eco stock, which has some really cool gubbins on the side here. As you can see, it's pretty hot, so don't touch it. And it's got some ventilation on this side as well. We have a marksman stock to finish it off, which also looks like some H&K style stuff. And you compare these with any of the long barrels to make a pretty cool Plasma Defender carbine. For sights, we have the standard iron sights. We also have glow sights that look pretty cool. We have a dot, hollow, and reflex sight available, so you can choose your favorite reticle. We also have a laser sight that is fully functional, a little bit redesigned for this weapon, and I think that looks pretty cool as well. We also have the scope from Fallout New Vegas, a night vision scope, which will be a modified version of that one, a recon scope, which is an all-new design, and I believe that actually rounds it out for this weapon. At least in terms of the sights, my bad. There's also a module section for some extra attachments at the bottom there. No magazines, so we have these instead. We have the standard module, a charge module, which will give you a little bit more damage, an overcharge module, which gives you even more damage, and the purple coloring here to be reminiscent of the Fallout 3 plasma pistol concept art that never made it into the game. They ended up going with green, but now we have a slight reference to that, and that's kind of cool. We also have a VATS targeting module to increase your VATS hit chance, and then a recycler module, which can theoretically give you some ammo back. Every few shots, you'll get a round back into your magazine, or maybe into your ammo supply. I believe it's the latter on that one. And that makes this thing run for even longer, which is pretty nice to have a fuel-efficient gun. Pretty interesting concept. So yeah, guys, this video's run on far too long. I hope you enjoyed it, though. I hope that seeing that really cool dungeon was a way to get the unique was something that made you happy. I hope that's something you want to see from our mods, and I hope that you enjoy this video as well. If you want to try out this mod, it is out right now, and it is linked down in the description below. And be on the lookout for more releases, because we've got more stuff coming soon. With that, once again, I hope you guys enjoy. If you like the mod, consider giving it an endorsement. And if you like this video, drop it a like. It really helps me out over here on the YouTube side of things. If you'd like a more direct way to support my work, whether it's the videos I make like this one or the mods, again, like the one here in the video, the best way to do that is by checking me out over on Patreon. Consider checking out the guys' Patreons for the rest of the team as well, if you want to support any of our other modelers, animators, or implementers. By all means, go check them out as well, because they deserve the love too. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed one more time, and thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.